Did you know Nikola Tesla was obsessed with pigeons? Not your average scientist, right? Today, we're diving deep into the mind of a genius who could have solved the world's energy problems decades ago. If only he didn't get distracted by his pigeon pals. From his groundbreaking inventions to his eccentric habits, this is the incredible, weird, and sometimes absurd life of Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in Smiljan, which was part of the Austrian Empire at the time, now Croatia. He was a daydreamer as a kid, and rumor has it that his mom was a genius too. She invented mechanical devices in her spare time. Talk about some serious family competition. Tesla, however, preferred the company of books, and his childhood friends were more imaginary than real. One fun fact: Tesla claimed to have experienced visions from an early age. These weren't just, "Oh, I saw some cool colors" type visions. He could see complete inventions in his mind. It's like he had a direct line to the future. Maybe he was just ahead of his time, or maybe he just needed to lay off the caffeine. At the age of 28, Tesla moved to the United States to work for Thomas Edison, an opportunity that sounds like the ultimate career jumpstart, right? Wrong. Edison and Tesla did not get along. Edison was all about DC, direct current, electricity, and Tesla was like, "Nah, bro, I've got something better. AC, alternating current." And the battle between DC and AC wasn't just a small disagreement. It was like the Avengers versus the Justice League, except much more shocking, literally. Tesla's AC system eventually won the battle, but Edison, he wasn't too pleased. He even tried to discredit Tesla by electrocuting animals to prove that AC was dangerous. Tesla's response? Let's put this to the test on a bigger scale. How about we light up the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago with AC? And boom, Tesla's electricity was lighting up the night while Edison was left in the dark. Literally. Tesla, let's just say, wasn't your typical social butterfly. He had a rather peculiar personality. This guy had a phobia of pearls. Yes, pearls. He couldn't stand to be near them. And get this, he was terrified of women with long hair. Imagine trying to date a guy who's like, "Yeah, I'm cool, but can you not have, like, 100 feet of hair?" He also claimed to have a photographic memory and had an obsession with the number 3. This guy couldn't even walk past a building without walking around it 3 times. His OCD was strong, and he wasn't afraid to show it. Now let's talk about Tesla's inventions. Tesla was like the world's first techie superhero. He created the Tesla coil, a device that could generate powerful electrical currents. Imagine being able to shoot lightning out of your hands. That was basically Tesla's life. He even designed a way to transmit electricity wirelessly. Too bad he never fully pulled it off, or we'd all have wireless power today. Instead, we have wireless charging pads for our phones. Thanks, Tesla. And speaking of wireless, let's talk about his crazy dream of wireless global communication. In 1901, Tesla set out to build a tower that could transmit messages across the world. But his investor, J.P. Morgan, pulled the plug, literally, when he realized Tesla's idea would be too free. Yes, Tesla wanted the whole world to access information for free, and Morgan was like, "Yeah. That's not how we make money." Tesla didn't stop at just electricity. He was also a bit of a mad scientist, and he loved developing some truly out there inventions. For example, he claimed to have invented a death ray, a weapon that could destroy enemy aircraft from miles away. Why? Well, Tesla thought it would be a peaceful way to end wars. Because, obviously, the best way to stop violence is by creating the most terrifying weapon in history. Makes sense, right? And let's not forget his so-called earthquake machine. Tesla claimed to have built a device that could cause earthquakes. He allegedly used this machine in his New York City lab, and when he cranked it up, it caused so much shaking that the whole building rattled. The cops showed up, and Tesla was like, "No worries, it's just my earthquake machine." Whoops. Now, we've got to talk about the weirdest part of Tesla's life: his love for pigeons. Specifically, one white pigeon that he described as the love of his life. He said the pigeon was his companion, and he'd spend hours feeding and talking to it. In fact, Tesla's obsession with pigeons became so intense that in his later years, he spent much of his time feeding pigeons in New York's parks. People laughed at him, but Tesla believed the pigeon was somehow connected to his work. He was quoted saying, "I loved that pigeon as a man loves a woman. I gave her my heart." Yeah, that's a little, intense. But hey, it's Tesla. He could probably invent a flying car to impress his pigeon. Maybe he even had a Tesla car for the bird, who knows? Tesla spent his final years living in near poverty in New York. His ideas were often dismissed, and he was virtually forgotten. But after his death in 1943, Tesla's legacy slowly began to resurface. Today, he's seen as one of the most influential minds in science and technology. Who would have thought that the guy obsessed with pigeons would end up being the father of modern electricity? Tesla was a true visionary who saw a future that others couldn't even fathom. If only he had lived long enough to see the world he dreamed of, full of wireless power, flying cars, and yes, pigeons with their own Tesla-powered devices. And there you have it, the life and times of Nikola Tesla. A genius, a recluse, and a true pioneer. Despite his eccentricities, Tesla's inventions continue to shape our world, and his legacy lives on through every wire, every electric car, and yes, every weird story about his pigeons. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more genius-level insights. And hey, check out the affiliate links in the description for some Tesla merch and books to fuel your inner mad scientist. Who knows? Maybe you'll invent the next big thing, and hopefully, you won't develop a strange attachment to pigeons while doing so.